I'm Ali Wallace. I'm CEO of DNA Recruit. We are the headline sponsor for the BD 100 and have been for the last 6 years. I'm really excited to be joined by Lizzie Clayton, who is Fold 7's Head of New Business and Marketing. Lizzie was the winner last year. We're all very excited about that. And she's been very kind to come and join us to talk around her experiences, especially given that she's got 2 young kids, so very busy. So Lizzie, without further ado, so what did it feel like to win the BD 100 last year?
Well, it was brilliant, really. It was definitely a kind of a pinch me moment because I didn't expect it. I was at home at the time of the award ceremony. Sadly, I couldn't make it because my second child was only 2 weeks old. So I was kind of knee deep in newborn. But my team dialed me in and it's brilliant. I think the whole BD 100 kind of body is a great recognition of the discipline, the business development discipline. And, you know, even doing the submission, I really enjoyed because new business is so fast paced. You don't often get a chance to kind of reflect on, all of the achievements that you do with your team. So I really enjoyed kind of, that process of sitting down and kind of, thinking about all that we'd achieved.
Fantastic. Well, I do know that your submission was absolutely amazing. I'm pretty much sure that it was the best one yet. So really well done on that. So what was your secret to BD success last year?
I think being, ruthlessly efficient about how I managed my time, being really focused in the areas where I could add the most value. I think coming back after a maternity leave, it was really important to kind of put guardrails in place of what I was going to need to bring my best self to work. And I think having that in place allowed me to kind of, do the best job that I could, which ended up being, recognised.
No, amazing. So obviously your mum, an imminent return to work after an amazing holiday in Australia, I hear. So
I thought you were going to say mat leave was a holiday.
No, I would never say that, being a father of 3 children. It would be great to understand how Fold 7 have supported you whilst you've been away. I think it's really important that agency do. Obviously, I know from Hannah giving the award speech, she was amazing, and obviously was very focused around looking after mums. It's really important, especially in this job of BD. So it'd be lovely to understand how that's worked and how it's happened.
So I kind of made the decision to come back on 4 days a week, which Fold 7 they were very supportive of. Not only that, but they kind of let us trial, and it ended up working really well, flexible hours. So rather than kind of the presenteeism of being in the office from 9 till 6, it was more kind of I was committed to doing the hours, and it meant that I could kind of leave early to pick up my little one from nursery, and then I could open up the laptop again later in the evening, kind of finish off where I'd kind of stopped at the end of the day. And I think just having that culture of trust and flexibility is really important with not just new mums, but new dads as well, because it lets you have that balance. And I think it's really important that not only can you work really hard at work, but you have that balance that you can also be giving the kind of hours you need to your children in the evening.
Oh, fantastic. It's great that they stand for the industry to be such a great business and agency with returning parents and parents on either maternity leave or paternity leave. So moving on, what are your top tips for new business?
I think number one for me is you and, or you one, sorry, can we start again? I think I can just say you.
Yep.
You.
So moving on to the next question, what are your top tips for new business?
Sure. So I think, you and your team's network is everything.
Yeah.
So my kind of top tip would be visible, be as visible as you can, whether that's you and building your own personal brand or your agency and kind of merchandising everything that you do. Get that out there, because, and I am thinking quite a lot on kind of not just LinkedIn, but kind of all the marketing that you do, because the more people see what you do and kind of you are present, the marketing director that you worked with 10 years ago might have a new brief, the media partner or the post house partner that you worked with on a project might be asked by a marketing director for a recommendation. You never know where recommendations are going to come from, and I think being as visible as you can in your network is going to kind of be really important.
Yeah, amazing. One thing that I've always been told, and I would drum into everybody in DNA, is new business is everybody's business. And I think that's so important to get that culture. What would your advice be to anyone starting out in business development?
I think just to take everything as my cat's gonna come and walk into me. Let's
That's cool.
down.
Naughty cat.
Naughty cat.
Moving on, what would your advice be to anyone starting out in business development?
I think my advice would be to find learnings in everything, every opportunity that you're working on, from the wins to the losses, to the people that you work with, kind of just scrutinize where the learnings are, like what, why is this person successful in what they do? What is it about them that people like and want to work with them for? When you have a win, why did we win? What are the agency's strengths? How can we play to those more? If it's a loss, how can we not make that mistake next time? What do we need to kind of be focusing on? I think everything is a learning, and just being aware of that, having that awareness and kind of documenting it so that you can hold your team accountable to, playing to strengths or making sure we don't make the same mistakes again.
Amazing. And finally, how do you see the role changing in the future? I'm thinking here around, the advances in technology, AI. Could that potentially replace BDs, or does it just make business developers more powerful?
Yeah, I mean, I think advances in tech are definitely going to be giving us more tools to kind of who to reach, how to reach them. But ultimately, I think, business development is about understanding your customer, understanding what they want and how to get it for them. And that's never going to change. And business development and growth is based on trust and relationships. And I don't think tech is going to get in the way of that or change that.
That's that obviously great for everybody to hear, because with these awards, BD is such an important part of any agency, and it's great to celebrate it. And obviously there are lots of people in the industry who are frightened of AI, let's say, when obviously the opportunities for people that engage it and embrace it are massive. So what does 25 hold for you and Fold 7?
Well, for me personally, it's going to hold returning to work again for the second time. So, I'm really looking forward to that, putting kind of my efforts into, the kind of next chapter, so to speak, for me and personally, and for Fold 7.
Awesome.
Can I do that one again? Sorry, Alan.
Yeah. So, finally, what does 25 hold for you and Fold 7? Sorry. Lizzie, sorry. Finally, what does 25 hold for you, being Lizzie, and Fold 7?
So next year I will be returning to work for the second time after having my second maternity leave. So it will probably be more juggle, more of a challenge having more children in the mix. But I'm excited to return to work and with even more kind of fire in my belly.
Yeah, getting stuck in,
Getting
loving
stuck
being back in
in.
a work environment with adults.
Totally. Yeah, I think using the brain, putting the brain back in use again.
Yeah, excellent. Well, Lizzie, it's been wonderful hearing from
Thank you for
you.
having
I
me.
hope you have an awesome time in Australia. I'm
Thank
very
you.
jealous, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully on the podium next year. Awesome,
Thanks, Ali.
great. There we go. Thank you for that. What